Alrighty, so I thought we would just do a general reading where we talk about what sort of spiritual or psychic gifts you can expect to come to the surface. What kind of hidden talents or gifts are you about to uncover or unlock? Oh, I'm going to take just this one. Okay, so we have chess. Use this Wandering Moon Tarot. Wow. Okay. Hold it. The big bulky tarot. That one is the Wandering Moon Tarot. It's a really pretty deck. It's just hard to shuffle because it's gigantic. Wandering Moon Tarot. What do you mean by chess? Spiritual psychic gift. Oh, Ace of Stars, the Hierophant, Two of Swords, and Temperance. Okay. Ace of Stars, which is like the Ace of Pentacles in this deck. And the Hierophant, also earth energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the new moon. So in this tarot deck, the Wandering Moon, rather than the traditional 78 cards, there are actually 81. There are an additional 3 like major arcana-esque cards. They are the new moon, the full moon, and the wanderer, which is my favorite. Probably everybody's. But this is a really special card. Very, very powerful because it comes after the World in the major arcana sequence. And it represents, like, on one level you can see it as shadow work, going inward to the deepest parts of yourself and uncovering things that have been hidden, that have been like holding you back without you realizing it. In general, it just refers to a period of introspection and reflection. So that's what's under the deck. We have so much earth energy when it comes to looking at this spiritual or psychic gift you can expect to see surfacing in yourself. Now, it says, chess is a game of mental combat played on 64 squares with 32 pieces by most nationalities. Today, chess is played everywhere. Chess is a very sacred mental sport. I would know this because my father taught me. I don't know how to play very well, but I know that it's a very sacred sport all around the world. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Not just a planner, but 3 billion steps ahead. Not even because you're strategic, but just because you just see it. A very mathematical, practical, grounded mind. And for this reason, a gift is being unlocked at this time. That allows you to see everything in its final form when you look upon it in its most rough draft form. A spiritual psychic ability that is coming to the surface for you that you will notice more and more moving forward from this point is an ability to plan ahead, but more specifically just see ahead and feel ahead and move with it and build with it. And in everything that you do create in 3D reality, or whatever you put your effort into, the payback or the reward or the way that life like reflects that back to you in the form of an outcome is going to be huge. And it won't even be a surprise because you will have foreseen it to begin with. That's why you made the decision that you made. And the ability to like zero in on an opportunity or even just a moment and understand what in that moment is the single most prosperous or like success prone decision, and being able to go after it and do it, no problem. Seeing it in your mind, being countless steps ahead of the collective, mathematical in a way that is unconscious, you don't even mean to. Your brain just puts things together real quick between now and the future. It makes it so that every time you take a step or make a move, you are taking like a quantum leap forward. It's because your mind just understands the most productive and practical, even just like mathematically, the best way to get through anything, solve a problem. It's like a spiritual psychic gift. Very Taurus-y. But Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus-y, very earthy. So that's one. That's one to look forward to. So let us move on and let's find another. So what is another spiritual psychic gift coming to the surface to look forward to? No. Catgut. The fuck? That's a crazy one. I thought I knew this deck so well, but no, I guess not. By the way, this is the 1001 Trump inventions. I've used it once before, like 2 months ago, in another reading. Let's get into this, because this invention is called Catgut. Okay. The first person to use Catgut systematically for internal stitching and surgery made from treatment animal gut was scholar Al-Zawahiri. Dang. So this is like a really technical, like medical grade system for treating, specifically for doing internal stitching, specifically for animals. Dang. Catgut is still used for medical sutures, especially in developing countries. Dang. That is so... I've never had this card come out ever before. That's nuts. Catgut represents another one of your psychic or spiritual gifts coming to the surface right now. It is something that might relate to like medical or healing or fixing or bringing two things together in a way that creates an opportunity for a new life or the continuation of life. But this is a psychic spiritual gift, so you're not being technical here in the 3D reality doing so. Or if you are, then you are gaining a gift that's allowing you to excel in that, if you are like a surgeon or something along these lines. But I think for the most part it's describing like a spiritual gift, the ability to stitch and or fix or heal and or remedy using techniques of the mind, like fashioning an instrument or a tool visually in your head so that it exists, and then applying it visually to a situation, meditating on it like you're working on it, and having it be legitimately a spiritual tool that works, that legitimately spiritual solves the problem at hand energetically. So this is something that is a gift that you are going to be able to do. Super technical, but like using your imagination or even like sensations, like feelings, in a way that is like very healing and fixing, remedying. That's crazy. Okay, let's see here. Okay. What do you mean by Catgut? The Six of Moons, which is the Six of Cups in this deck. Dang, what the hell? The full moon? How special. And then the Knight of Wands on the bottom. So remember with your first gift, we saw the new moon, which represented shadow work and going inward. Or did we already see that? Hold up. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Man, that was confusing. I had to take a minute and really think about it. I'm very forgetful and absent-minded. Okay, well, anyway. So you had the new moon in the first one, which was really special, and now you have the full moon, which is the second, like 2 out of 3 of those 3 unique cards in this deck. So whereas the last one represented like shadow work and going inward, this one represents, as you might expect, something like light work, or at least like externalizing whatever it is that you found when it is that you went deep inside and did that inner work. So this is really beautiful because like this is like the view that I'm seeing and I'm looking at. The Six of Moons, which is like Scorpio, and then the full moon, and this is the image that I'm seeing and like deciphering right now. Do you see that level of balance? So we already talked about Catgut and this really intense, like almost technical, medical, fix-it power and the capacity to develop tools using your mind that you are able to apply visually to remedy a situation or even heal people. This is a thing. But this is a confirmation of that to me, in that there are 2 hands. You have 2 hands. There is one hand that is in the 3D reality and operates in the 3D world, and you have the other hand which operates in the Scorpio energy, or what would be the 8th house energy, or what would be like the world beyond the veil. So you have these hands of yours, and each one is operating all the time in 2 different worlds, in the 3D here and in the 5D, whatever is beyond the veil. just as I described, in order to fix something in the 3D and adjust it, or to work on something in the 3D in order to adjust something energetically. So what we have here is a gift that's coming to the surface for you is that you are an energy worker and or a light worker. I don't know if you've heard of those concepts before, but definitely look them up, because you have the power and the ability, and you're going to see it more and more moving forward. And you probably have already noticed it before. For example, you might be the kind of person who, anytime in the past you have developed a headache or a migraine, right? You found a way to imagine or visualize things that were soothing to your mind or your brain, or you literally found a way to just imagine or meditate on it healing or being better somehow. And it worked, and you're able to do this, and you have been in your life, so you know that it's true. The dehydration takes over. So now more and more you're learning to really tap into that. It's coming up to the surface for you to do so, to heal yourself on an even higher level, and to do this for other people as well, and situations, and perhaps even animals, because animals are like a theme here. So that is definitely something to look forward to, a spiritual gift of yours that is coming to the surface, a really cool power. Let's do one more. Let's see if we can get one more. Oh, what? Some of these are... Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Let's see. What is another one? One final one. Okay. Camera Obscura. What? Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so it says here. Ibn al-Haytham used a dark room, later called camera obscura, to demonstrate that light rays emitted from visible objects enter our eyes. It is a 5 out of 5 on the genius factor. It says, his theory replaced an old idea that eyes emit rays to make objects visible. Because he figured out the opposite, or was able to prove the opposite. So what it is that we are able to see, the light all around us, and the fact that perhaps it is a two-way street. Our eyes pick up on the light around it, make sense of it, form a vision. But at the same time, our eyes fixate on things and emit in its own way a certain light or perspective or vision. It goes both ways. It's quite scary how much the light that emits, or what it is that is out there objectively, can and often is so different than what it is our eyes emit or project or tend to see of that thing out there. So it seems like what's coming to the surface is a much clearer lens when it comes to seeing things for what they are, as well as seeing things for your subjective view, as well as through the lens of other people. Seeing life through other people. seeing other people's lives, almost like watching a movie, being able to divine, like a film reel of what people have been through, each and every person. You can see it and experience it like a film. What people have experienced, you can see it through them, but also what it is you have experienced and seen through your own eyes and perspective. Despite how complex and complicated it is, you have a gift of being able to lend other people those eyes, or make it so other people very vividly can see also, like the movie or montage of your life or what you know or have seen. So you can see other people's journeys, what they've been through, very much through their own eyes in a way. And furthermore, you have a way of showing people somehow, like psychically, so that they can like use that gift of yours when they're in your presence. Like you can lend it to them so that they can see things through your eyes as vividly too. So the level of understanding you are able to create between you and another, and groups, and like therefore the world, perhaps, if you can teach people how to do this. And that's why we have universities on the bottom of the deck. That makes sense, because that is like the greatest lesson of humankind in a lot of ways. Is imagine if we saw things at any given moment through the eyes of another the moment we needed to, or like that level of understanding and the knowledge that we gain from that experience, but also that level of compassion we would feel, and also the way it would connect us, the way that it would trigger our own memories and bring us back to a foundation of self that made us realize that I've experienced this in one way, shape, or form or another. So there's actually no difference at the end of the day. All of the different people's movies I've watched up until now, they always come back to the same point actually. So yeah, we're all emitting a different thing and seeing a different thing of life and what it is, but at the end of the day, the foundation of what we're seeing, it really is all the same. Nobody is really misunderstanding. We are just misunderstanding each other and each other's view of that thing out there that we're all seeing. And this thing out here we're all experiencing. What's coming to the surface is your ability to understand this and see this through other people, and as I said, show other people like what you've been through, and then teach people to just do this somehow in communities. Obviously, you can imagine the ways in which that will evolve and progress our world forward. It's an incredible gift. I don't even know if we have to. Let's just get one wandering moon card. That seemed pretty thorough. Okay, so the Hermit came out, and then the Five of Moons, and then the Two of Swords. So that's good enough for me. Each and every individual is experiencing something unique that is like can't be replicated, and is like a lone journey for real. But despite that, we are all experiencing on a grander, more general level the same spectrum of things and learning the same thing at the end of the day. We are all taking different paths to the same place. The most important thing on our journey is that we are able to, like I said, like you are apparently learning how to do on like a supernatural level, is see things through other people's eyes and vice versa, like very literally in your mind. That's a gift that is coming to the surface for you to use and harness. And it's not just for like this is a really important one because this is one, I mean, they all change the world. Everything you do in each moment changes the world. Yeah, butterfly effect. So it's like, I guess it diminishes how serious it is of what I'm saying, but I wish that I could emphasize it all the more, that we have the universities down here. And what we're talking about is like universal empathy and understanding, and like telepathy, even to a degree, that would create something like world peace if even a small like population of the planet were able to hone this supernatural ability that you and whoever out there resonates is coming into with this, with especially these three, but this last one's crazy. So awesome. I think that'll do. Thank you.